There have been a couple lingering issues with the coolant system on the car. We need to replace the thermostat, and we also have a leak back here by the heater core lines. Not sure what all is going on there, but we're going to replace everything. So let's get under the car and drain some coolant. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. Hope y'all had a good holiday season. Like I said, we got some lingering problems that had to do with the coolant system here. We're running the Mishimoto Thermostat on the car, and it's running the car a little bit too cool, according to the tuner. So we're gonna go back to the OEM thermostat, and I've been having a little bit of a leak coming from what I think is the heater core lines. I'm not sure why. It's brand new OEM stuff, clamps, hoses, everything, but it seems to be running down the firewall and onto the ground and all that. I can see the splatter marks and everything, so we're gonna replace the hoses, clamps, everything there, and see if we can get that taken care of. So yeah, enough jibber jabber, let's dive in. So first things first, we'll drain the radiator. Luckily, with this new CSF radiator, the drain plug is right on the bottom right there. So let's just, that was actually pretty loose to start with. It's a little sketchy. We got our distilled water jugs, and I'm going to try to get this thing out of here and not make a gigantic mess. We're making a gigantic mess. Come on, there we go. Okay. I could probably undo the top radiator cap and this would go a lot easier, but as you can see, I'm kind of holding the jug and I can't get to that, so we'll just wait. I might be able to do two things at once here. If I can reach up there and get to it from here. Oh God, that's sketchy. Got it. Ooh. That would have taken forever. Uh-oh. Shit. If it doesn't start to calm down, we're about to have a real problem here. Because I don't have any more jugs. Oh yeah, there we go. Thank goodness. I wonder if I can set this down. Yeah. Next part of the job, I'm gonna go ahead and get the thermostat changed out. Get that out of the way. Hopefully, we can get to all these bolts here. This one down in here is a pain to get to, but I think I'm gonna be able to get it. Oh yeah. Wrench on the end of an Allen key works like a charm. Now I've got towels under here, hoping that any residual coolant goes onto those things and not everywhere else. We're at that stage where it's like whatever happens, happens, I guess. Okay, this should be good to come off if I can just, ooh, mamma mia, that went everywhere. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. My guess is I should have clamped this radiator hose because it's probably gonna have a bunch of fluid in it. Damn. So we have a steady stream. Yeah, I'm gonna clamp this hose real quick. Whatever was in there is now out, so luckily it just went onto the transmission and down, so that's not that big a deal, I guess. New thermostat. Let me get this out of the way, and we just pick up on it. There we go. New thermostat. Let's put you in right there. Haha. And just like that, this can probably come off of here now anyway. So that is a thermostat swap. And I hope that this thing doesn't leak from there. We'll lock this thing down in the standard star pattern and we should be good to go. All right, next up, we're gonna take these little guys, and get down in here and get these clamps off of these heater core lines, and then we should be able to slide those off and we'll pop on the Samco hoses. I'm gonna do the easiest one first. Well, easy in the sense I think it'll be easiest. Who knows if it will be or not. Man, those clamps being brand new are really, really strong. I don't know how they're leaking. It's one of those things where like, I don't know if I need to change them, but I'm already here, so I might as well, you know? My only guess as to why these hoses were doing that leaking was maybe these clamps, they have those little like, I'm not sure what you would call it, but they're held open and then you pull this little tab off and then they close. My only thought was like, maybe because they're like 16-year-old clamps and they've been held open for that long. Perhaps they lost some of their clamping ability over that time. I don't know. I don't know how much that would actually be a factor, but that was one thought that I had. And it's like I was saying before, I didn't know if I needed to replace these or not, but I guess worst case scenario is we get some brand new like fancy Samco hoses. So it's not all that bad. It's just a time consuming process here. Now I'm gonna try to get to this other hose down into here that's on the back of the water pipe. And that one's probably gonna be a pain in the ass. I think I can get to the clamp. It's like right behind this guy. With those big long pliers, it should be easy to do, but it's just if I can clamp it and get it off of there is a different story. We got it, but can I clamp it? My big O pliers might not, they may be hurting me in this scenario. And just like, ouch. Okay, it is off the water pipe nozzle at least at this point. Let me try to spin this thing. Nope. Oh, come on. Oh, I went and got a ramp because I need to be just a little bit taller to reach over in here. It's almost impossible to rotate from up here because I'm hitting the intake manifold and I'm hitting the outlet from the head for the other water pipe, or for the other water hose. We got it off of there. We got that hose out of there. Now, let's pull it up and out. All right, it is Samco hose time. Check these things out. Super glossy, matches the radiator hoses. Should have done this to start with, but you know, here we are. We've got the other hose already on. Now we're gonna mount this guy. And this is so hard to show you guys, but I'm doing the best I can with one guy. I'm going to get that pushed on there. Okay, that's on there. Now this loops around, comes back and onto the cylinder head port. And we'll slide that all the way on, as far as I can get it. And there we go. I'll try to show you guys now. Runs right into there, that one with the loose worm clamp right there on the head. Right over here to the heater core outlets, right behind the intercooler piping. If it would just focus on that, there we go. And that's where they are. Brand new Samco hoses are on. I'm gonna go through, tighten the clamps, all that kind of jazz, and then we'll start putting the coolant back in the radiator. Okay, hoses, radiator, everything's locked down. Now all we gotta do is mount our little funnel kit onto here. I'm gonna wipe this out, make sure there's no dust in here, all that kind of stuff. Even though I had it plugged off and it was in a box, I still just wanna wipe it out, keep it clean, you know what I mean? Now this thing's locked down already to the radiator. Slide that little biatch in there. Now this is gonna be a treat because I cut these jugs and the handle is less than stellar. All right, here we go. Nay, nay, nay. We got quite the spillage. Let's get that fixed up. No, all right, well, anyway. We'll clean that up. Damn. Killing me with this. I'll be ready to be not getting coolant on everything. I know that for sure. Tired of taking the car for a tune or a drive or whatever we were doing. Coming back. Oh, what's that blue shit on the floor? Oh, it's leaking again. Somewhere random. That's much better. We'll let that trickle in. Put that in there. One jug down. Jug number 2. Let me support this thing. In you go. Much better. Boom. Now we'll go through, I'll do all the tricks, we'll squeeze the hoses, all that kind of stuff, try to get as many bubbles out as we can, and then we will try to bleed the system. While that thing is bubbling and doing its thing, I'm gonna go ahead and change the spark plugs as well, because we have not changed the plugs since we did the first startup. We did the tune and all that stuff, and Desmond needs to see the spark plugs after all that, so we're gonna put these brand new freshies in there. Trying to get this hurried up because the temperature is steadily dropping, and I don't wanna be starting the car with the garage door shut, so I need to get this thing going. Suctioned in there, there we go. Ooh, this reminds me, I do need to gap these plugs because I have not gapped them, so that needs to happen first. Okay, plugs are gapped to the specifications that Desmond wanted. I'm gonna go through and just crack all these first. That way I can just change them out super quick. Boink. Put these in there to spec. Click, click, boom. In business now. Everything should be good to go. Everything's plugged up on the inside, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and I think we're gonna fire this thing up. We got everything hooked up again. Let's start this thing up. You would think it was the first start because my nerves are all over the place with this thing, but here we go. It is so quiet in here, holy shit. That is so different from before. We're gonna turn the heat on, full blast, and see where that gets us, but we got some kind of weird whistle going on here. I don't like that. Let me get out and check for drainage and leaks. Not the first leak. Everything's going in here. Sorry for the whistle coming out of the vents there. Not sure what that's all about, but we got the heat going. We got good voltage for sure. Everything's going good there. Just kind of letting it warm up a little bit. We do have a check engine light. I need to check that real quick. But yeah, it's running again. We're getting good bubbles up there. Temperature on the dash is showing it's picking up. Temperature on the gauge is not showing, so that's unfortunate. I need to figure that out, I think. We are running the scan and it does show the coolant temperatures are 161, so that's good. We're already where we were not getting to before, so that's a plus. Okay, we're good now. The gauge is working. I guess it just took a little while to catch up or whatever. I'm not 100% sure, but temperatures now are 177. That's pretty good. That's where we want to be at. Everything seems to be running awesome. Sorry for that noise again. I'm not sure what that is, but the heat's on. We're up there bubbling, doing its thing. It's still not coming out hot, but as far as the heat is concerned, but we'll figure that out. I think that's where the leak was at and everything was in the heater core anyway, so yeah. Okay, so I fixed that check engine code. That was just an oxygen sensor. Got that cleared. Everything seems to be good now. Temps are good. No leaks as far as I can tell, which is fantastic. And so now we're just letting the car run and bleed off the coolant system a little bit more and yeah, see where we're at. But yeah, we're chilling. No leaks down in here. No leaks back there. Okay, couple things. It runs perfect as usual, sounds amazing, no leaks, nothing like that, but the thermostat, hoses, everything, not a drop on the ground. All the gauges work. Only thing that is still going on is the heat coming out of the vents is not getting hot. It's like lukewarm heat coming out of there. So I think the heater core still has a bubble in it. We're still bubbling up there in the funnel, so I'm gonna let that do that for a little while. I'll squeeze those heater core lines, try to like flush some fluid through there or something like that to see if that helps anything, but we may have to flush the heater core. Not sure how to do that. We'll have to research that and figure that out, but if there's a bubble in there, we need to get that out of there and get the heat hot coming out of the system. So we'll do that, but other than that, this thing sounds amazing on the inside. It's so quiet in here. Before, obviously, there was nothing in here. There's no carpet, nothing, no door panels, anything. So obviously, it's going to be loud. But with the carpet in here, door panels, all the sound deadening we done, it sounds perfect. The exhaust tone is amazing. I love how it sounds in here. And we still had the trunk open back there in the back. So I can't wait to try it and close that. We had the battery tender plugged up back there. But yeah, I think we're solid now. So with all that being said, the coolant system is done and dusted. hopefully we'll check that heater core like I said, but no leaks so far. And yeah, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much as always. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one where we might be putting this thing back on the ground. If there's no leaks and nothing seems to be going on with that, there's no reason why it shouldn't be back on the ground. So that's exciting, and I am ready to get it off these blocks. So see you next time. Bye.